February 13th, 2022. It's snowing. Oh, wait, that's the sunlight. There you go. It's snowing outside. I know in LA or California, for the Super Bowl, it's like 80-degree weather, they say. In New York, it's snowing. Ice Princess or whatever that means in Disney Princess of... I really thought the Ice Princess was Anastasia, but again, Iber to Siberia and all the details being corrupted. They came out with Elsa and Anya, or Anna. Well, Anya isn't Anastasia, but whatever. So, here I am. I'm thinking, I took the Band-Aid off. It seems to have gone down and whatever, but not enough. They showed on the, I don't know, I mean, I've heard them, I say it's tell-a-vision, but I've heard the humans reference it as an idiot tube or a boob tube. I don't know. That, again, could be like dinner with schmucks, could be highly volatile arguments, so I don't go there. I'm just like, okay, remember, I don't know if it was over a roast beef or over a turkey, but someone piled up like it was the last feast, and I'm late for dinner. I leave it at that. So on the television, they said they were doing like recap of stories that I never saw that happened in this mess. I don't know if it was U.S. mess or if it was American mess. It's hard to tell the difference. Well, I'm in captivity of some sort. It's a weird captivity to explain, but I'm not. I don't like the illusion or delusion of what is actuality in what's transpired. But anyway, they said they had Trump on something. It kind of, sorta, but not really, in consortium of details, has January 6th, then it says Trump just keeps, they had him up and they had him saying, it's like flushing a toilet. It's like flushing a toilet. It's like flushing a toilet. Like 10 times. And I'm like, right, and then I'm watching later on, and then Trump mentioned something about Watergate. Now, I know that there was some U.S. president named Nixon that had something to do with that. I really can't get the full story. Like, nobody really knows anything in my section of Forgotten. And so I'm like, right, okay, so Watergate, if it was a toilet and the toilet was flushed like 10 times, that would be an abuse of flushing and water consumption. Interesting. Especially if, like, water is a commodity that is in short supply. So, that was an interesting message received as a couch potato who's got an eternal flame that I don't quite know what the holdup is, but, and all the hubbub is, but here we are. So, I thought that was really interesting. Oh, and then they went back even between Watergate, whatever that was, and this January 6th committee with toilet flushing. There was something on something called an MSNBC, which I don't know, is that the Multiple Sclerosis Foundation of N and the British Canadians. I mean, like, could be, I don't know who's reporting and what messenger. It gets very convoluted, and it's like, I swear it's like playing dodgeball. It's like, and you just like, I'm not, I don't have a throwing arm. Um, so they said something about, Lou put it on, of course. Um, they said something about, there was apparently with Al Gore and Bush, there was some, I don't know, problem at some point. I didn't know about it. Um, they were contesting an election. Then they had some messenger up and he was speaking and it said, "I'm Peach" underneath. And I'm like, no, you're not. I mean, like, I've heard the humans use the word impeach, but the gentleman speaking was not peach color or complexion. And I don't know what he would be speaking about impeachment for. That gets confusing. Um, and then they had, then they had this, whatever, Condoleezza Rice hidden inside with the, I guess you call it a puppet president being Bush. Behind him was a woman of how in the White House. That's confusing. So now, like, there's a lot of these details in this, like, now that I'm in, like, dead part of the galaxy, I'm just confused how we got here. I mean, I'm alien breeding program, top priority. Goddess Freya, Basset, or it sounds like bastard, but it's Bastet? Something like that. I don't know. I feel like a bastard to the rest of the galaxy and universe, quite frankly, being held here, but whatever. Um, but this has been a rolling issue because Lynn's been held in captivity. Hers was different than mine in the shift. Mine, like, she's had Lou since age 15. I was hunted and tranquilized and harmed in. There's been no chaperone or. I mean, there's been no. Like, when I met with Ian, IAN, at Hofstra, and he invited me to win that Greek award of some sort for Honor Society. He said he said here are his keywords because I don't know who he really is, but he went by a three letter we'll call Blackwater operation for my honor, since he honored me with some whatever, and it was the same time Nicholas Hitler was there, and I thought marriage was on set. Before then, there was some weird Jerry Maguire like breakup with an elevator. I was wearing a yellow and black jacket. I had a big blue and black duffel bag, and he said that I had to go home, and he come back for me, and then the rumor happened. So this gets really confusing. But Ian was there when things were still somewhat admirable and honorable, I suppose, before like really bad things happened in 1998. He said keywords like something about Shire, not in my vocabulary. He said consortium, again, not in my vocabulary. But these are his words of importance and significance. I just don't know who he was. Very, I mean, familial, but I don't know any of how to protect myself or even get a message to him. He just went by three letters. Eric gave himself 4 letters. But again, I have repetitive in nature. With something, I have a couple of key app words. It's the name, but it's the same look that keeps apparating, or operating. But it's just different. I mean, there's a whole backlog to time dysphoria, and where I'm at, and I'm pulled in as the galaxy starts to break. I mean, like, there is a headline that the humans are aware of and they speak of on BoobTube, on IdiotTube, in the papers, and amongst each other about this theory, this thing. It's just a thing. It's not a theory because nobody knows anything. It's called Big Bang. Bigbang. It's where the universe, one universe, safety feature, broke apart. And then after that, they have no idea. So, like, I got the humans to agree, at least the ones I've bumped into. There's a Big Bang. There's a dismantling or a shattering of of the universe. And that is the beginnings of life on this planet. I don't put a year. I don't put letters and numbers and labels on it. But they agree. Star 1978, Star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza, it's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxy is broken. It's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.